What is up, everybody? Good morning. Friday. Thank God it's Friday, TGIF, right? And today we have some news, right? We seen some roster cuts for the Philadelphia Eagles, but I have to ask the question, and I know everybody's asking the question, but I think, as much as the Miles Sanders guy, which I still think Miles Sanders is the guy, when we look at the Philadelphia Eagles, I feel like this is falling right into their lap. Really, when you look at this, Adrian Peterson, say what you want for the 35-year-old running back, but this is exactly what you need. This is the kind of Frank Gore that you need on this team. So we don't have to rely on Boston Scott. We don't have to rely on Corey Clement, hoping that he can stay healthy, right? We can rely on a veteran. And let me tell you something. For those who think that Adrian Peterson doesn't have anything left in the tank, I'll tell you what, for somebody that can come in for 10 times a game, like 10 carries, and be a mentor for Miles Sanders and be a veteran leader for this team, played already in the NFC East, knows the scheme, knows the competition, I think this is the perfect signing. I really do. I think this is something that the Philadelphia Eagles really need to look at. Instead of worrying about, fighting with Jason Peters, who I still think they should pay, I still think right now what you do is you give a little handshake agreement with Mr. Adrian Peterson. You let him clear waivers, you bring him in, you claim him, and you sign him. And at the end of the day, you have a nice backup running back that can help with Carson Wentz. Hey, Scott, what's up, buddy? Would take him in a heartbeat. And I know you're listening from down the shore, so I'm definitely jealous, by the way. But yes, would take him in a heartbeat. For the people who said they would not take Adrian Peterson, what's up, buddy? How you doing? How's the weather down there? I know it's nice here, but I'm sure it's better down there. But listen, guy can still cut. He can catch the ball. He can still pick up a blitz, right? He could do it all. I mean,
tight end Jerome Cunningham. Peterson bounces it outside. Turns it into a good gain. And that's what Bill Callahan...
This is from last year. And what this is doing right now, it shows you Adrian Peterson still has something left. Still has something left. Okay? He can still cut. He can still catch the ball. I mean, you watch this run right here. He goes on the screenplay. Right? What an offensive line of Washington that was without Trent Williams. Still picks up 15 yards. The eyes will listen. Right here you go. Cut right through the middle. His prototypical cuts left and right. Still has it. This is last year again. Look, cutting to the outside. Break the outside. Picks up 20 yards. Right? It picks up 20 yards. So I just think, listen, Dan, it's worth how much. Listen, that's the thing, Dan. How much is left? But when you talk about a situation in Philadelphia right now, we don't need a lot left. We don't need a lot left. We just need a guy to be able to spell miles here or there that you can rely on. Right? And Mike checks it depends on money. Mike, I don't think he's going to ask for a ton of money. Listen, if you were a Washington Redskin, right, for X amount of years, and you've been through what you've been through in your career, do you think right now you're worried about money? I don't think Adrian Peterson's worried about money at all. I think Adrian Peterson wants to come in, he wants to play, and he wants to win. And listen, before Darius Guice got released in Washington, he was already going to be a backup guy. So this isn't a scenario like a Leonard Fournette, who, in my opinion, was looking to be the number one guy, looking for that next big contract. Right? Next big Fournette on a steal deal. Listen, Fournette was a steal for Tampa Bay, right? But again, Leonard Fournette wanted to go to a situation where he was going to be the guy. He's the last year of a rookie deal. He is looking to get paid. So it did not benefit him to go to any situation where he was going to be second fiddle. It would not pay for him. That's why Tampa is a perfect landing spot for him. I actually thought he would wind up in Buffalo. Buffalo was thinking about it, but he chose Tampa. Why not? Think about the Tampa offense out there. I mean, we talked about on the Sports Guy Mike show the other day. It's giddy when you think about the weaponry that they have in Tampa Bay right now. And you have Shady McCoy as a backup. You have Ronald Jones as a backup. Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Gronkowski, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate. The list goes on and on and on. It's crazy. I'll take the – and Dan, this is what I'm saying. The duo of Adrian Peterson and Miles Sanders. You give Miles Sanders the ball 22 to 25 times a game, and that's including his run to the flat, his screenplays, and you give the ball to AP 7 to 10. I'm not worried about Boston Scott. Right? Boston Scott is a great guy to have if somebody gets injured, if maybe AP needs a break, and you want to throw a gadget play in a couple times a game, then you bring in Boston Scott. That's fine. But Adrian Peterson brings you much more. You heard me say all the time. You heard me say the word intangibles. Intangibles to me are one of the most important things you need to look at when you talk about signing a free agent, especially in the latter part of his career. What are the intangibles? What does he bring? And Adrian Peterson brings much more, in my opinion, and I'm going to go on record as saying this, he brings you more than Leonard Fournette. And the reason why I say that is he brings you experience, he brings you leadership, and he brings you the ability to sit in the background and not chirp about not getting enough touches, not chirp about not getting enough time. AP comes in here, and right away between AP and JP, he's the consummate professional. Right? Plus, he's big. That's another, Dan, exactly. That's exactly, I mean, if you watch the videos, and you watch it again, he's not afraid to go between the tackles. He's not afraid to be the goal line back. He is very big in stature, still takes care of himself tremendously. His workout, remember Jerry Rice always had that tremendous workout in the offseason. Terrell Owens always had a tremendous workout. This guy is the epitome of a workout machine. AP knows how to get in the end zone. Scott, absolutely right. Right? Absolutely right. Think about all the short yardage situations that we're going to have on this team. Think about how listen, I can't say enough how much I feel he fits in this system. I really can. And I know right now you have to take in consideration, too, we don't know what the offensive line is going to look like. We don't know, is Jason Peters going to play guard or tackle? We don't know how Matt Pryor is going to look. We don't know if Salomalo is going to be able to continue to build on his career. We don't know if Jason Kelsey is going to be able to stay healthy and still be a top 3 center in football, right? We don't know how this is all going to play out. So until we know how this all plays out, why not get a bruising running back, right? Why not get a bruising running back that could come in and make up for the indifferences of the offensive line? Because that's what Adrian Peterson can do, even at 35 years old. He had a monster year 7 months after. Isn't that crazy, Dan? And Dan, I know you are a workout machine. You are a PE coach, right? A PE teacher. You have the background, and you know how much it takes to come back from a torn ACL. And I know, I'm sure you're watching the same storyline as I am when we talk about the gruesome injury Alex Smith suffered, and he's still trying to get back on the field, which is remarkable to me. Comeback story of 2020 for sure, especially that age. But you're right. The work ethic is there with Adrian Peterson. He still has it left. And listen, for everybody out there, too, who's going to say, oh, well, then why would Washington release him? You have to look at the entire landscape of what's going on with the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins have a brand new coach in Ron Rivera. The Washington Redskins have a brand new offensive system. They just named Dwayne Haskins as their starting quarterback. They are looking at a scenario where they're trying to build for the future. They drafted Antonio Gibson and Darius Geis a few years ago to be the guys, right? Antonio Gibson last year, Darius Geis 2 years ago. Unfortunately, Geis gets in trouble. He gets released. They don't want any part of him because Ron Rivera is a no-nonsense guy, okay? But now you have Antonio Gibson, so why not? If you're Washington, you know you're not going to win right now. You're wasting Adrian Peterson. Philadelphia has a chance to win now. I know there's a lot of question marks on this team. They're highly documented. We know the defense is what it is. We're really not sure what we have. I understand that. The offense, there's been a ton of injuries on the O-line, on the receiving core. I get it. But Adrian Peterson was released not because he couldn't play anymore. Adrian Peterson was released because he had a decent money figure behind his belt, and he was in a situation where they were rebuilding in Washington. And I can guarantee you this. This is one thing people don't take into perspective. Ron Rivera is an NFL professional. Okay, not just a head coach, not just a former player. He is a professional. He is a player's coach. And don't think for 1 minute there wasn't a closed door meeting between Ron Rivera and Adrian Peterson that went like this. Hey, AP, listen, man, I still think you got a lot left in the tank. I still think that you can play this game. I feel like we're going to do you a disservice here in Washington this year because you may only have a year or two left and you're not going to be able to perform to your capabilities, and we're probably not going to have a winning year this year. We're rebuilding. We're trying different things. I think if we let you go, you could catch one somewhere else and try to win a ring. I guarantee you, I'm ad-libbing here, but I bet you that kind of conversation happened. And I guarantee you, Adrian Peterson knew he was going to get released, and I guarantee you Ron Rivera did this for a reason. I'm telling you right now, so he could latch on. Soon as he's seen Leonard Fournette sign in Tampa Bay, he probably said, you know what, let me get my man AP out there, and maybe he can get a ring. Jim checks. Jim, been a long time, buddy. Absolutely happy here. Yeah, here's the thing, Jim. He was going to be happy in Washington in a supporting role before Darius Guice got released. So I know he understands his limitations. I do. I really feel like he understands what he is at this time right now. And at this point in time, AP said he wants to, yeah, you're right. But I think everybody says things at certain times and their body says another. And I think Adrian Peterson is to the point where, yes, he did say that. But at the same time, I think he's saying to himself, you know what? What is more important to me right now, a rushing record or a ring? And maybe I see the situations going on in the background with other running backs, and I say, you know what? Maybe I need to pump the brakes a little bit with that. Maybe get into a situation that, you know what? I may not be the guy because I probably can't be the guy anymore, but I could still add some stats to my resume and win a ring at the same time. Joey checking in, Matt Gay drafted kicker last year in Tampa is getting released. Yeah, they picked up Groskowski. I mean, that was a tremendous find. Groskowski is a great kicker for New England. I mean, the guy is automatic. He really is. So there's a situation right there in Tampa Bay where they draft a kicker, it doesn't work out, but they do the next best thing because they know they're going all in. They know they're going all in. And again, just say, does he have anything left in the tank? Just watching this, I've been watching this, and this is only from the first game last year. A couple clips in the second game, and you can see right now, you can see he still has some pep in his step. You can still see he can still cut on a dime. You still look, he's going out in the flat right now. I mentioned this earlier. Taking his blockers, following his lead, breaking tackles. Look at the strength of his legs is still there. It's still there. He still has it. Watch his play right here where he cuts to the left side. Cuts to the left again. Dual cuts and going through the middle against Joey Bosa, against the San Francisco 49ers. Or I said Nick Bosa. There he goes, and he bounces to the outside. I mean, you mean to tell me this guy couldn't come in and do that for us a couple times a game? Tampa picked up who picked up somebody picked up Groskowski. Sorry about that. Ryan Suckup went to Tampa Bay. So Tennessee picked up Groskowski. Good signing from them. Bottom line, name a team that would make him a feature back. None. So go with it's a good point. Dan, it's a good point. I don't think there's a team right now in the NFL that would make him a number one back. Even if you talk about a contract situation in New Orleans with Alvin Kamara or, a contract situation with Dalvin Cook in Minnesota, I still don't think they would bring a guy like AP in to be the number one guy. I think everybody knows what he has. Everybody knows what he is, and everybody knows what his limitations are. And I think AP even knows what they are, and I think he'd be very well. Listen, Jim brings up a good point. AP did say that's what he wanted, right? Jim brings up a good point, and I completely understand that. But at the same time, I think we all know as middle-aged men, as we get to a certain point, we can't kid ourselves anymore, right? We can't kid ourselves. I still want my hair to be black, but unfortunately it's salt and pepper, so I can't do nothing about it. I still want to be 120 pounds, and unfortunately I'm about 60 pounds over that game right now. So, yeah, that's not going to happen anymore. I've been true to myself to understand what I can do. Not everybody can be like my man Dan, a workout machine, which I highly respect. It's just not my thing right now. I have too much going on in order to do that. So I understand who I am. I understand what my abilities are and what my limitations are, which is the same thing I think Adrian Peterson as well. And listen, just be careful. I know we're talking about Adrian Peterson, but Zach Ertz, again, we had this conversation a couple of days ago, and we talked about the contract. We talked about the money. Zach Ertz abruptly ending contract talks with the Philadelphia Eagles as they're offering him less money than Austin Hooper. I am telling you guys right now, I said this 3 years ago when Zach Ertz, let me back this up just a little bit. When Zach Ertz signed his 5-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles, Joe Banner, which is one of the most highly respected money guys in the NFL, specifically said that Zach Ertz will regret the day he signed that contract because he was very undervalued. But that's what the Eagles did. They gave him the more guaranteed money early on with the lower number later in order to sign him, to give him that flexibility and that guarantee and that comfort level as a young player. Well, I'll tell you what. Right now, if you look at what's going on, when he was at the elite level, like some people think, that's when you should have been shopping Zach Ertz. I know you people think I'm crazy, but tell me this right now. If Zach Ertz does not sign with the Philadelphia Eagles, and I still said I would not give him the money, I would not give him the money that he's wanting. I still think that it's way too much. It's going to hamstring this team so much. And I still think you need to shop him. I do. I think because if you're going to try to lowball him and give him less money than Austin Hooper, I mean, the contract that Austin Hooper got was an absolute joke. Okay, I'm not trying to discount Austin Hooper. He is who he is. Okay, and Cleveland gave him a crap load of money. Okay, $23 million guaranteed for Austin Hooper, which is absolutely insane. So if you're the Philadelphia Eagles and you're looking at this and you're going to give your guy, your Zach Ertz, your fan-based, vaulted Hall of Fame elite tight end Zach Ertz, right? Because everybody kills you when I say Zach Ertz is an elite. Everybody kills you when I say he's, let's pump the brakes on the Hall of Fame talk a little bit. But if you're going to lowball him, I'm telling you, man, he's going to roll. He is going to roll. He already turned down the extension before Austin Hooper signed. When you were asking for him to take more money then, and now you're asking him to take less. Just a bad start. Bad start. Ertz gets traded deadline. Good year going into this year. I really think that this is going to be the predicament for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're going to find out that they can't sign Zach Ertz, or if they want to sign Zach Ertz, they're going to have to put a big money figure to Zach Ertz. So we'll see what happens. But listen, at any rate, Adrian Peterson, Philadelphia Eagles, in my opinion, Howie, pick up the phone, go out, get the man, get AP, get him on this team, give me the leadership, give me the veteran presence, give me the guys who can give me 10 carries. And again, age matters. We have Goddard, so not awful. Dan, that's been my point. You drafted Dallas Goddard in the second round for a reason. Am I saying that he's going to be Zach Ertz? Absolutely not. But if people were talking about we can get by at the left tackle position, why can't we get by at the tight end position with a guy who's probably better suited to play the position than the guy you have as the heir apparent at left tackle? So in my opinion, it's a win-win for the Philadelphia Eagles, and maybe you can get some help. Maybe you can get some offensive line help in return for Zach Ertz at the trade deadline. Who knows? I just don't think this is going to happen, and nor do I think it should happen. And I know it's Carson Wentz's favorite guy. I understand that. But when you talk about paying money to guys like Jason Peters, guys like Fletcher Cox, guys like Brandon Graham, guys like Malik Jackson, guys like Jerron Hargrove, guys like Carson Wentz, okay, Darius Slay, you're paying guys a lot of money, and you can't pay everybody. You have to make these decisions eventually eventually your young guys need to step up. So I think that's what the Philadelphia Eagles are looking for. But at any rate, everybody, you guys have a fantastic Friday. Have a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I really appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Jigsaw's Judgment. Again, follow me at Cutillo23. Follow at Fluent Influencer, at Fox PHL Gambler. And again, at Heat Ratio Sports. Give us a follow. The podcast is going strong. We continue to add listenerships, continue to add talent, doing things every day. Like the page, check us out, and everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great Labor Day.